Welcome back to this episode of Just Another Year Chicago Bears. My name is Nick Rohde, and as always, thank you for tuning in. The Bears officially have their 2024 practice squad in place at the moment. A lot of guys have coming back that were preseason fan favorites that did show out and shows that this team had a ton of depth. Well, we luckily are bringing them back to the practice squad. So super excited about this situation as Ryan Poles did a great job at bringing in a solid group of guys that can fill in case anyone goes down, injured, or any of the above. Excited to break that all down for you guys. We have 14 at the moment with 2 pending, as the practice squad can have a total of 16 people. So good news for the Chicago Bears. But before I begin today's show, if you please could, if you haven't already, hit that like button if you're excited about this 2024 Chicago Bears practice squad. And if you're excited for week 1 against the Tennessee Titans, which is only 10 days or 11 days away, along with commenting your favorite practice squad player that the Chicago Bears brought back, would love to hear it in the live chat or in the comment section below. And if you please go, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button to help me at 18,000 before week 1 against the Tennessee Titans. We're doing a huge giveaway this upcoming Monday, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. But let's get things started very quickly here on the Chicago Bears offensive practice squad front. So the Bears brought in not nearly as many offensive guys to the practice squad out of the gate, but a few big call-outs here for the Chicago Bears, which is really exciting. To start off, we had quarterback Austin Reed return to the Chicago Bears after being waived yesterday. The undrafted rookie free agent comes back to Chicago, knows this offense, great locker room guy too, brings a lot of energy, and the Bears are super excited to have him back, which I am too, because of the fact that, again, good energy, knows this playbook, worked really well with Tyson Bagent and a lot of these second string targets. So Austin Reed definitely showed out and deserves to be a part of this practice squad again. Going off of that too, the Bears pending right now are currently bringing in long snapper Scott Daly from the Detroit Lions. They picked him off of waivers. A local Chicago kid who played for the Lions last season is coming in after Patrick Skills was announced to be getting back surgery. So wishing him a speedy recovery. But Scott Daly is a veteran, a solid long snapper. Happy we're bringing him in to fill in for Patrick Skills, but wishing Patrick Skills a very speedy, quick recovery. Another fan favorite was re-signed to the practice squad from an offensive side of things. Wide receiver Collin Johnson, the 6'6" wide receiver, played for the Bears on the practice squad last year, played in the final couple of games of last season, and was big at the beginning of this preseason as he went for over 100 yards receiving in that Hall of Fame game with 2 receiving touchdowns from Brett Rippon and Austin Reed. Unfortunately, the wide receiver did have some injuries that kept him sidelined during the preseason, but he is coming back on the practice squad. The Bears were able to let him clear waivers, and he is back with the Chicago Bears, which is obviously very big news, as you could always use a big-bodied wide receiver at all times in this league. I mean, I'm pretty pumped about it. I like Collin Johnson. I think he brings a lot to the table, and overall, very good stuff here by Ryan Poles to bring him back. And he can technically play tight end too, which is also a very good thing to have on the books. So I give this a hats off to Ryan Poles being able to get this guy back, especially after clearing waivers. If he would have played the whole preseason and the Bears would have cut him, I think he would have been on another team instantly, but the Chicago Bears get him back. Then from a tight end perspective, I was kind of shocked that we didn't get Brendan Bates back, which shout out to him. He got signed by the New York Jets, so congratulations to him. An undrafted rookie free agent from Kentucky, got a full-time roster spot with the New York Jets, who are expected to be pretty good this year. He was the only guy that was picked up by from the Bears. But we ended up bringing in back Stephen Carlson, who was Austin Reed's favorite target this past preseason, over 100 yards receiving, a receiving touchdown, but a great run and blocking tight end. So a solid guy to have back on the squad. Excited to see Stephen Carlson back, considering Shane Waldron loves his tight end sets. And we have only three tight ends on the roster. I was a little bit shocked by that, by the way, but the Chicago Bears did end up bringing back Stephen Carlson and putting him on the practice squad. The next two guys I'm even more pumped about. We brought back offensive lineman Jake Curhan, who is a veteran with starting experience, back to the practice squad. Very familiar with Shane Waldron's offense, as he played in Seattle for the last couple of seasons under Waldron, started in 9 games for them. Really excited to have him back on this team because he knows this offense. If an offensive lineman goes down, it's an instant, plug and play, bring him up. He knows exactly what he's doing. Young too, big offensive lineman that can also play guard and tackle. So very excited overall there that we were able to bring Jake Curhan back. And then finally, Theo, the Eagle Benedet, the offensive lineman we brought in from the Canadian Football League, is back on the Chicago Bears on the practice squad. He was injured during the preseason. So overall, good to have him back. He was the best offensive lineman in Canada in their college league the last 2 years. So good thing that they brought back Theo Benedet. He's a good locker room guy, good person to have, 6'6", 320 pounds, very athletic. It's good to see that the Bears have a ton of depth pieces on their practice squad that are instant plug and play guys. He had a solid preseason until he unfortunately got hurt. So good things there. So the Bears have a for sure out of their 14 right now, 6 of them are offensive players. So we brought back a lot more defense. Technically, I guess you could put Scott Daly, the long snapper from Detroit that we claimed, on special teams, but really not a lot of offensive talent. The Bears are pretty confident in what they have right now, but I'm sure there's going to be other guys. And they have guys on IR that could return too. So that's the offensive side of the squad. And if you guys haven't already, please could, all over 100 people in here now, please hit that like button. Let's get it up to 100 likes on this video, along with commenting in the live chat right now who you're happy that the Bears brought back on the practice squad. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Trying to hit 18,000 before week 1 against the Tennessee Titans, a huge goal of ours. So please help us hit that. And before we get into the defensive side of things, today's show is sponsored by Authentico Tequila, 100% organic tequila from Guadalajara, Mexico, a Chicago-based startup that you're starting to see all over the market. One of the best tequilas I've ever had. Go to the link in the description now to find Authentico near you, as they are absolutely everywhere. It's great stuff. It's the season drink. And also they'll be at our watch party too, which I'll get into in a little bit. But let's go into the defensive side of things, which I know a lot of you guys are excited about right now. Reddy Steward is back on the Chicago Bears squad. The undrafted rookie free agent out of Troy is back on this Chicago squad after the big 2 interception game against the Kansas City Chiefs, including a pick 6. Exciting to see him back. I honestly thought he was going to get picked up by a 53-man roster with how deep this defensive group is, but he is back on the practice squad, a solid player to have back too. Great preseason from a special teams perspective, just someone you want in the locker room to call up quickly if an injury happens, and Reddy Steward absolutely brings that. So excited to have him back. Really grateful he cleared waivers, and I know you guys are too. And make sure you comment in the live chat if you guys are happy about it too, or in the comment section if you're watching after. But hit that like button too, guys, because I'm so stoked that Reddy Steward is back. A big signing that I'm also super happy about that the Bears brought back is linebacker Micah Baskerville, who I honestly thought was going to make the 53-man roster over Noah Sewell. But the second-year undrafted rookie free agent, Pulse just keeps hitting on undrafted rookie free agents, by the way, was on the practice squad last year, ended up playing later in the season last year, and then now he returns to Chicago after a huge preseason with 4 pass deflections, 1 interception. That was a pick 6, 12 total tackles, 4 tackles for loss, and 1 quarterback hit. Big, fast linebacker that knows this Bears defense from last year, can be an instant plug and play if someone gets hurt. Was so happy to hear that Baskerville is back. So Baskerville is back on the Chicago Bears roster, on the practice squad, and very excited about it. Another guy I'm excited about that comes to the linebacker room for the Chicago Bears is Collin Johnson Jr., the undrafted rookie free agent out of UCLA, standing at 6'3", 240 pounds. He doesn't look that big because he's so lean, but this guy packs a punch, insanely fast, and is a special team stud. You can never have too many of those. Also, he's versatile. He can play linebacker. He can be a really big safety if you want him to be too. But that special teams is absolutely huge for him. So he comes back to the Chicago Bears, or he stays with the Chicago Bears. Bears picked him off waivers. Really good blitz package guy as well, but great stuff by Ryan Poles in order to get Collin Johnson Jr. back. Then from a defensive back perspective, again, we brought back Quindell Johnson, the big safety who was on the Bears practice squad last year. Tarvarius Moore, who was on the Super Bowl Niners last year, had a huge game against the Kansas City Chiefs, also returns to the Chicago Bears practice squad. So the Bears went really deep with their special teamers and their secondary here. And then defensive back Ro Torrence, who played for the Seattle Seahawks last year on their practice squad. Another defensive stud that the Bears saw this year. This room was just too packed to keep all of our DBs, so we put them on the practice squad. None of them were picked up. That's really good. Good problem to have. Bears have a super steep practice squad at the moment. And then 2 defensive linemen. One I'm very happy that we brought back, Byron Cowart, who was a veteran that I thought did a really good job during the preseason. He went up the middle a ton, created a ton of pressure, lots of tackles on running backs. So the Bears ended up bringing him back, and honestly, great defensive guy to have on your practice squad. I'm really happy about that. And then you brought back the Chicago kid, defensive lineman, Dashaun Mallory, local Chicago kid, just adds more depth to that defensive line room. So all positives, really good stuff that the Chicago Bears brought to the table. Reddy Steward obviously is the big one that I'm happy we brought back. I'm really happy we brought back Collin Johnson. But this team does have a ton of depth on the defensive side of things. Another guy that they brought in that's pending physical that will be announced to the practice squad once they are officially signing papers with the Chicago Bears is Sam Martin from the New England Patriots, a 6'5", 300-pound defensive lineman. Last year played for the Patriots. Pretty solid guy overall. Didn't get a lot of play action. He was good in the preseason for the Patriots. Bears picked him up instantly off waiver wire. So he'll be going to the practice squad most likely. Super excited. Or he was signed to the practice squad. He was released by the Patriots, instantly picked up to the practice squad. So he'll be on the 16-man as well. And then there's one more player that apparently we brought him from Green Bay. I will break him down a little bit later if we end up bringing him in. But really solid practice squad for the Chicago Bears this year. So we have a quarterback, a tight end, no running backs because obviously Ian Wheeler. But you have 3 overall, you have 4 defensive backs, 2 defensive linemen, 2 linebackers, 2 offensive linemen, a tight end, a wide receiver in Collin Johnson, who can technically play tight end with how big he is. Long snapper Scott Daly from Detroit, and then Austin Reed, which I'm insanely pumped about. I mean, things are going really good for the Chicago Bears team right now, guys. I can't really even say I'm kind of lost for words with how good the practice squad is. 3 years ago, this practice squad all would have made the 53-man roster for the Chicago Bears. I'm just so happy with how Ryan Poles has constructed this team. I want to hear that also in the live chat from you guys right now too. How you guys are feeling about this practice squad, because this is big for the Chicago Bears. Really excited about it overall. I see you guys are commenting away, so keep throwing those in there. But this practice squad right now, guys, it's deep. It has every single position that the Chicago Bears need more depth at, which is really key, obviously. I'm super excited, especially with some of the injuries that things are going. What's going on, Keek? Nice to see you in the live chat right now. But I think Ryan Poles has just done an absolutely fantastic job at putting together this team. He has addressed every single situation. You have guys that can play on the special teams. You have guys that can play on the offense in multiple offensive line positions, multiple receiving positions. You guys also have, our new long snapper. He went down and got that done early. He has another quarterback that knows this offense that he brought back to the practice squad. So very, very solid stuff there. But this Bears team is going to be super exciting to watch, guys. And if you guys, let's hear it. Make sure you hit that like button as well to show your excitement for the Chicago Bears practice squad. I'm excited about this 53-man roster too. They're going to be good. I have the Bears at 12-5 right now. Call me crazy. That's just where I have them at, guys. I think this Bears team can absolutely finish at 12-5. I have a lot of different analysts that I work with. The Bills, shout out to my man Dan Mitchell, has the Bears winning the NFC North. A lot of teams are scared of the Chicago Bears team, guys. They are going to be dangerous. They are going to be a lot of fun. And I am super stoked about this team. So let's hear in the live chat real quick what you guys are thinking from a record perspective for the Chicago Bears team. And while you guys are commenting that, I just want to give another shout out to Ryan Poles in this team. And also something really fun that I want you guys to be at is our Week 2 Chicago Bears viewing party against the Houston Texans at Rizzo's Bar and Inn, sponsored by Freshly Organic Tequila, Authentico Organic Tequila, and Rizzo's Bar and Inn. 350 plus Bears fans watching the Bears on their first primetime game this year. $20 tickets get you in the door, a margarita, and a donation to a local Chicago charity. Please go to the link in the description now or email me if you guys have any questions about it, but would love to see you guys there. Looking for, quickly before I close out, what everyone's record prediction is. Make sure you put that in the comments or in the live chat, depending on when you're watching. but I'm at 12-5 right now, guys. I'm feeling good about this team. And I know Captain Bears hype man, shout out to you for tuning in right now. 12-5. I'm feeling good about this team. And I know my man Keek also feels good about this team, guys. Make sure you go check out his music video, Claws Up. It's awesome. It's lit. Can't wait to have a good time with it, especially playing after Bears wins. But Santana at 11-6. What's going on, Ricky? Nice to hear you, man. Bear down. We got another 11-6 right here. And Santana, we got 12-5 from Wayne. So it sounds like you guys, Jeff, I'm trying to tamper my excitement too, but 12-5 is just too much fun to say. It's going to be a fun season, guys. I'm excited for it, and I know you guys are too. And thank you for tuning in this episode of Just Another Year Chicago Bears. If you please could, if you haven't already, hit that like button before you guys leave. It helps the video grow. It helps people more so see the channel, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let's hit 18,000 before week 1. Where we're at over 100 people, I hope to see over 100 likes on this video. So thank you guys for your support. It takes 2 seconds to do. But with that, thank you as always for tuning into this episode of Just Another Year Chicago Bears. My name is Nick Rody, and as always, bear down, baby.